it's that time of the week again. Yes, Travel Tuesday, and we're taking to the high seas today now. Have you ever fancied taking a cruise? Well, Michelle Jackson, our novel traveller, is back with us to advise us on the best ones. Now, Michelle, cruising, everyone has a bit of the idea, you either love it or hate it. Everyone thinks it's like the newlyweds or the nearly deads, and that's the only people who actually go cruising.
Look, it is worth trying because there is so much choice and options out there. And today I've got three cruise companies, and the first one is a very quirky one, something definitely for the bucket list.
Before I go to this is like the very high end of cruising. You'd want to be saving up for your retirement or something, or like be remortgaging the house to get on this one.
If you're retired as a teacher and you're getting your lump sum and you don't know what to do with it, this is the sort of
rub it in. You don't have a lump sum, thank you very much. Now this is, it's very, very special. It's very, very unique, and it's Ponant.
It is. Ponant is a French cruise company, and added with that is the lovely French styling. French cuisine is foremost of one of their features. They have 4 ships at the moment, 4 more coming in line, and they are travelling to really exotic destinations. Because their ship isn't that big, they can go to little ports and stop off in places that other bigger ships can't. The Austral now and the Borealis, and the lovely French names, they're travelling from Argentina, travelling down 11-day cruise to Antarctica. They have these Zodiacs on board. The Zodiacs are like little mini boats, and there are enough for everybody on board to come off the ship and to travel around in the little Zodiacs around the icebergs and see the wildlife in a way. So if you want to be an adventurer and you want to do something like this, but you want to do it in luxury and come back to your 5-star meal cooked by a fabulous French chef, this is really the cruise.
And the accommodation is quite luxurious.
Accommodation is it's absolutely superb. All have an ocean view, balcony. They're only 122 cabins, so they get booked out very quickly in advance. And because there's a short window when you can travel to somewhere like the Antarctic, you have to book well in advance, at least a year. I think 2017 is booked out.
You got on it for an hour, not exactly for the day. It's about $7,000 for a 2-week cruise, isn't it? So you'd want to be saving up. So before people say anything, poor Michelle didn't get it. She got to look at it.
It came to Dublin. It did a tour of the British Isles in June, and I got on to see it for the day, and I was well pleased just to even see. And they have a lovely spa room as well, 4 treatment rooms. Very, very nice option. Very expensive, very exclusive. Something very special.
But we'll move to a slightly more affordable and a more older family orientated celebrity cruises.
Absolutely. Well, I think celebrity, if you're going to look for what is really has hit the button in the market for all sorts of demographics, it is celebrity, because they cater really well for the empty nesters, cater really well for your honeymooners. And I went on a Caribbean cruise with my teenage children and my parents.
Children are notoriously difficult to entertain, never mind in a confined space.
Absolutely, and they don't want to be reminded that they're children. You know, they really want to be out there and like blending with everybody else. So they want to go to the disco at night when everybody's going to. They don't want to be just tucked away and hidden away. And the amazing thing is, because this ship is bigger, there's about 2,500 guests on it. It's got 15 decks. It's got a huge variety of restaurants, swimming pools. There are areas just for adults alone, but the kids kind of go unnoticed. I kind of didn't see mine for the week. I used to have to say, come and see me at 7 o'clock for 15 minutes. Please eat with me. Because they were so busy. Kind of going, the swimming pools.
Because they can't get in too much trouble either.
They can't go missing. If you're in Ibiza or somewhere with your children in Greece, you don't know where they're going to be at night. Whereas they had a great group of friends. They used to meet in the same part of the ship at night. Now, up on the top deck, they've got grass, and the students would, the kids on board would all congregate there. So nobody would really put much notice on them.
Your parents were there as well, were they not?
My parents were, and it was perfect for them, because,
shove them off at a reasonable hour. Sorry.
Well, the entertainment is very good on a ship like this, because it is large. It is big. There are 2,500 guests. The entertainment is top class, and there was actually a show. It was like the Let It Be. I'd seen it in London the year before. The Beatles, and they had their own version of it. It was top class. There's illusionists, there's singers, all sorts of different entertainment, and the cuisine. I have to say, the dining in the cuisine restaurant is something I've never experienced before.
And what are you looking like? What price
point? When our Caribbean cruise, I have a price here of 1,800. That includes your flight to Miami now, and stopping off in 3 lovely islands in the Eastern Caribbean. So you're not only getting, you know, all your accommodation, your food for the week, and everything else. I mean, the kids, as many ice creams as they want. Go and get
once you're on board, you don't pay for anything,
basically. Once you're on board, it's all inclusive. So it's all inclusive. Everything is catered for.
Yes, so it's good for kind of the older teenagers,
absolutely, and for families.
Yeah.
If you have a big celebration, it was my father's 75th birthday, so it was fantastic to have all of us there together.
But if you want to go cruising with smallies, and if that's what you want, you know, we have another cruise line here, and it's MSC, which are, I suppose, they've got kids clubs, they've got that sort of thing. So you can, if you've got little ones, you can bring them along.
These are a European cruise line, Mediterranean shipping companies, what they were originally, and they have, I think it's 12 ships now. Yeah, and they're all over the world. They'll sail Mediterranean, Caribbean, Asia. Very interesting for winter sun cruisers is their new port out of Abu Dhabi, which means that,
interesting. So where does that go? Where do they stop?
Well, they'll stop off in Oman and Dubai and ports in the Middle East. As I said, terrific for winter sun. The great thing about this is they have very much reduced prices for kids, and they have a lot of kids clubs, a lot of activities for kids. You know, really good line for families with small children, and you'll meet everyone on board. Now, it is a European cruise line, so the dominant language is all European languages: Italian, French, German. They'll all be spoken, and there's a great mix. But they're very popular with the Irish.
And is there any like lower age limit?
Well, no, they'll take babies, and there is a little creche as well, so mum and dad will get a rest at night and be able to leave the kids until late. You know, if you want to go and see a show, have your meal, and the little ones are really well looked after. So
that's kind of good, because it is exhausting. I know if you are away in your apartment or your hotel break, and you're kind of restricted at night time, really. If there's very few places with creches on site and places like
absolutely. Well, this is really, really catering for children, and have a great price here for December the 3rd sailing. Be $3,750 for 2 adults and 2 kids, including flights with Emirates. So that's
flights to Dubai for 4 people.
Yeah, that's an amazing price. Amazing.
And the weather is at its best in October, November, December.
Yeah, you'll be guaranteed you won't be too hot. The Middle East does get very warm in summer, so it's really, really nice for winter sun. If you kind of something different from the Canaries, because we don't have so many options from Ireland for.
And I suppose a lot of people, if you can't get away during the summer for whatever reason, it's nice to have a little winter break. And if they're sadly younger, if they're not school-going age, pack them all off, get a bit of sun for yourself. And all the information for this is, of course, on your website, www.thenoveltraveller.com.
Thank
you very much, Michelle. Now, it is